Your sneaky good games, Chris Brockman, for week number one?
Let's go quick.
Get to it. Chris
Let's
Brockman here on the program.
Here's Chris Brockman with sneaky good games. Contests likely to surprise you with their heretofore undisclosed competitive value.
It's just another year of sneaky good games. And again, we appreciate Tom Brokaw coming here to give us the blue check mark. These are all legitimate ways for you to take in games that are not on the NFL marquee for week number one. Go for it, Chris Brockman.
Okay, first one up for me, a team no one's talking about, Cincinnati at Indianapolis. Now, a lot has been made about the Colts this offseason, Andrew Luck's health, etc., and I'm with that. Major question marks there. But for the Bengals, I feel like everyone's sleeping on them. They had a great preseason, and I'm a Marvin Lewis basher as much as anyone, but there's something to be said about consistency and continuity with a head coach and a quarterback, which they've had for the last 5 or 6 years now. Andy Dalton is solid, still have A.J. Green, Joe Mixon poised for a huge year, and you talked about the Falcons, all their players getting paid and happy. Geno Atkins just got paid, and now he's very happy, and he is one of the best defensive players in the league that no one talks about. I think Cincinnati not only is going to win this game this weekend, they're an underdog, I think they're going to win the AFC North.
That's a big take, sir. I can't sit here and deny that that's the beauty of the sport, that Marvin Lewis in year 16 just living on as borrowed time that he must own by now. And it's entirely possible that they win this division. I don't think you're right. I think Le'Veon Bell comes back and the Steelers finally prevail, but that's a good week one sneaky good game.
Yeah, and you just mentioned the Steelers, the second game here, Steelers at Browns.
Oh, you know how I feel about this one.
Exactly. Browns leading the poll. Browns 4.5-point underdog. They're leading the poll. They got a nice Hard Knocks bump, which happens every single year. You like to say they have weapons all over the place. Josh Gordon, Duke Johnson, David Njoku, Tyrod. It's Tyrod, right? Tyrod
Yes,
Taylor.
indeed. Yep.
But here's the deal. They're still the Browns. They're still 1-31 in the last 2 years, and they're going to have to prove it. They have to go out on the field and show that they've developed and show that they're a team that people can take seriously. Pittsburgh may have a lot of trouble going on behind the scenes right now, but they still have lots of firepower, and they still have, like you said, Bud Dupree on defense. But I think this is going to be high scoring, and it's probably going to come down to whoever has the ball last.
So you're saying it'll be tight, and by the time it's over, a high-scoring affair.
Correct.
Okay, what's your number three?
Last game, two teams no one's talking about heading into this season. But there is a lot to be excited about when you look at Washington and Arizona. Now, we talked to Larry Fitzgerald this week. He's back, and Sam Bradford is back. Now, say what you want about Sam Bradford, and a lot of people have, and it's his fourth team. But you know who led the league in passing yards after 1 week last year? I'm pretty sure it was Sam Bradford. 350 passing yards in week one last year. So the guy can still wing it around the field. He has some nice weapons, and David Johnson is back. And not a lot of people talking about David Johnson. But here's the deal to remember. He missed all of last year with a wrist injury, not a lower body injury. It was a wrist injury. So David Johnson should have an enormous season. And when you look at Washington, yes, they have Alex Smith. Alex Smith had a very sneaky, great season last year. And look what Jay Gruden did for Kirk Cousins. He can also do for Alex Smith. This is also going to be a shootout game I like out in the desert.
So, and also, I'll give one more for you here. And this is sneaky. This is a sneaky good statistic for you on this front. Out of all the week one games, including what we saw last night, there is only one matchup featuring both teams starting a quarterback drafted number one overall. And it's this game. Alex Smith versus Sam Bradford years later. After they have had careers that are somewhat, you could say, disappointing, right?
Which is so crazy when you actually break down Alex Smith's numbers.
And Adrian Peterson starting.
Yes, Adrian
for
Peterson
Washington
back
against Arizona. And I guess to try and bring it all in a way full circle here based on, I've been full circling a lot. Last segment where I said the Cowboys are not making the playoffs, Arizona destroyed them in preseason. And I understand you can't take much out of preseason, whatever have you. But this defense is very opportunistic. Steve Wilkes is the sneaky good, potentially first-year head coach nobody's talking about. Nobody's talking about the Arizona Cardinals. Nobody. I like this game a lot. And it's in the late window where everyone's going to be talking about Cowboys, watching Cowboys and Panthers anyway. And for the Cowboys, too, in that game, that preseason game, their roster is so thin. It doesn't appear to be deep. Maybe they're deep at defensive pass rush. Maybe. I doubt. I'm trying to find where they're deep.
That might be their best
Where are they deep? They're deep. Where are Cooper Rush? They are one Dak Prescott injury away from Cooper Rush being their quarterback. I'm telling you, they're not deep. They're good at they're good first teamers, but if an injury here or there, they're going to get exposed.
The thing is, they have a banged up offensive line right now. So you talk about facing 8, 9, 10 guys in the box. It's going to be very difficult for them to move the ball.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.